Welcome to Nerd Stalker. I am Adolfo Ferranda at Nerd Stalker on Twitter, at A Ferranda at Twitter with my co-host.
Greg Gloria, aka Social Greg on Twitter for Nerd Stalker. How you guys doing, man?
All right, great day here. Beautiful Marin here. If you hear any banging by any chance, I have roofers dancing on my head right now, so hopefully nothing will fall down on my
That's right.
head.
You don't have neighbors upstairs anymore.
No, I just have birds. Yeah. Birds and leaves and foam.
You're out of the urban architecture into the suburban architecture.
Yeah, look at me go.
All right. Well, let's. Hey, there's some exciting shows coming up, huh?
We got some stuff going on here. Let's see. Let me get it on the screen here. We have the big old Salesforce Wonderful conference here. Can you see it, Greg?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right on. So this one is October 13th through 16th next week in lovely San Francisco. The Dreamforce, as you can see, it's going to be huge. Do I need to say more? Look at Hillary, Mark, Tony, and Bruno Mars, for God's sake.
We got some surprises later on.
Yeah, and this is for all of you guys. As I've said before, this is a fantastic event for business people, managers, developers, educators, small business owners, enthusiasts, what have you. Awesome parties, awesome entertainment, and awesome educational opportunities as well. So check it out. It's going to be massive, and like it is every year, and just fantastic. The Salesforce Dreamforce Conference, again, October 13th through 16th in lovely San Francisco at the Moscone Center.
Nice.
Greg, how about you, buddy?
Hold on a sec. So next up, if I could get that on the screen again. Sorry about that. I still got to perfect this thing here. We got SF New Tech on the 15th. You see that on your screen there?
Yeah, let me see it.
We have SF New Tech at Rocket Space. So it's a new venue again. And it looks like, let's get down here. We got not only Miles,
We got Miles.
We got Sarah Burr from TechCrunch, who's going to be helping him out as well. And we got startups like Superfish.
Nice.
And Doe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Banter, Cloudstead, O-Drive, Masu. Anyway, and thanks to the tech sponsors like Telerik, Fathom Law, Double Dutch, Sage,
nice,
and us as media sponsors, of course.
That's right.
All right. Then next up, let's see, what do we have? We have the New Tech Crawl on the 17th. So join the second annual New Tech Crawl, sponsored by the Mayor's Office of Civic Innovation.
Sweet.
And hey, they're gonna kick it off at the Prezi. It'd be cool, and then we'll stop at Wearable World for lunch, and end up at GitHub at the last stop.
So a little context for all you guys listening and watching right now. You get a group and you actually walk to each location.
Yes.
Each of these startups, and you get to go in and firsthand take a look at how what the environment they're working in, and have some drinks and food, and maybe a talk if you're lucky, And it's a blast. It's really neat.
Very cool. I mean, I can't wait to do it next Friday. So you'll see Social Greg there live from Nerd Stalker there. We'll do maybe a couple cameos and a couple reports out to everyone on Google Plus. So that'd be kind of cool. So, and then why don't you talk about the next one?
GigaOM. He has have a fantastic event called the Structure Connect Conference. That's here in lovely San Francisco at Mission Bay Conference Center. This time on October 21st through 22nd. It's pretty awesome. It's one of those Internet of Things events, conferences, which is in this really exploding, exciting stage right now. You should definitely show up and get on the ground floor of this opportunity, which is just blowing up as time goes by here. Chris Anderson is probably one of my favorite speakers. He's so fantastic from 3D Robotics. I highly recommend that everyone checks it out. Obviously, you can see there's some heavy hitters here, and it's at Mission Bay Conference Center in lovely San Francisco here, and it's going to be a blast. The GigaOM Structure Connect event, October 21st through 22nd. Check it out. It will be awesome.
Nice. Okay. Next up, on October 23rd, we have Founderspace. So one of our partners.
That's right.
Holland in the Valley. The Dutch are coming out again. Startup Angel and VC pitch. So if you really want to see how pitches are done towards VCs and angels, check out the Founder Space event. So that'll be October 23rd. And where the heck is it? Oh, yes. It's at Hello Startups on Willow Road in Menlo Park. So
Oh, cool. Down the valley.
Yep, down in the valley. So sponsored by the Dutch Basecamp, Boot Up Ventures, and Holland in the Valley. So catch them. And it looks like they have some cool investors. We got Nicole Madame at Lightspeed Venture Partners, David Lane, Stephen Z, Thomas from Super Angel, Mike McCormick from Rubicon Ventures. So it looks like it'll be pretty cool to see that happening. Then next up on October 30th at Founder Space, at the actual Founder Space on 450 Townsend Street, San Francisco, California, we have the monthly Pitch Day and Mixer event. So that'll be a little bit earlier this time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you could get out of work a little bit earlier, hint, hint, you catch their monthly Pitch Day, so where they'll pitch to angels and other people, and catch some of our videos on Steve Hoffman that we took of how you could actually close a funding round. He gives some advice on that, and we have some video also on how to when's the right time to pitch your startup to a VC or angel. So catch some of our videos on that. So that's pretty cool. And then next up, what do you have?
Yeah, demo. So I was telling Greg earlier I wasn't sure if I was going to go because this is another one down in the valley, which is a little far from me, but I think I have to go because it looks like it's too damn good. So this is the demo conference in San Jose, California, November 18th through the 20th. So you can see down here it's packed full of all awesome sessions. But look, Steve Wozniak's going to launch his next company there. Founder School keynote by Peter Thiel, the entrepreneur and venture capitalist, one of the early, guys from PayPal and Facebook. I mean, the dude is a genius, and probably shouldn't be in my tip for today. He wrote a fantastic new book. I highly recommend you all read. You guys can Google that. You see here that all this great information on new products and trends across wearables, et cetera, et cetera. And you see President and CEO from Skull Incorporated, Marcus Weller. And there's a lot of amazing stuff happening at Demo. They're going to be launching all kinds of apps and stuff like that. It's going to be completely insane. So nice. Check it out. Demo Fall, it's called, 2014, November 18th through the 20th in San Jose, California. November 18th through the 20th. So check it out. Demo.
Okay. Well, cool. Let's get into the picks of the week for Nerd Stalker, huh?
Yeah,
now that we introduced all our events. So what's this adaptive path thing?
All right, let me unshare my friggin' screen. And
going next.
Boom. So yeah, as some of you may or may not know, Adaptive Path, little context here, is a legendary UX user experience company, solutions type of company / design company, right? And their CEO is a fellow named Jesse James Garrett. Interesting name, right? He's a really interesting guy as well. Very I don't know.
He'll take your wallet at the same time, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. And, he is, he's a pioneer in the user experience space, and every user experience practitioner knows who this guy is and who Adaptive Path is. I've been fortunate enough to go through quite a bit of their training and meet some incredible staff, as well as the new CEO, Brandon himself, over there. And what they've announced, which was pretty cataclysmic announcement suddenly out of nowhere, because they've been going to all these different companies and conferences, and you could hire them to come in and do user experience essentially for you for various projects, and they've been a leader in the space, far and away. And suddenly, Jesse James Garrett has announced that they are going to be part of, if not acquired, I believe, and developed by Capital One. Of all companies at financial, and Jesse James Garrett explains that it's weird, right? Of all the companies that you would think a financial, right? But what they've been hard to do is to let's see if I can share here, is to be like a solution provider for all these companies that basically don't get it, right? That don't get user experience. And so they've gone in and, as I mentioned before, created solutions for all these companies, and these companies pay top dollar for them. And engagement by engagement, they've been getting poached of talent, and from within their company they find, and that kind of thing, or companies will take their suggestions and implement them and then kind of forget them later or whatever. And
I see.
There's never really been a company that 100% has got it until Capital One, apparently, and they're all in, on user experience, obviously, by acquiring Adaptive Path, or whatever this partnership may be. And they're enveloping them for sure, so Adaptive Path is going to be within the Capital One family inside the company. So I expect to see pretty amazing things from Capital One. We'll see, because these, Adaptive Path is no joke. They are a legit user experience company, and
really, wow,
exciting times.
So basically, they're going to offer Adaptive Path services to their partners and customers, I guess.
Possibly. I hear they're still going to do the training, and I hear they're still going to do the conferences, but this thing's still fleshing out, so it's wait and see.
Wow, that is big, actually. Wow, to be tied up with a big partner like that.
Right. And this is kind of an October 2nd story, but it didn't get a lot of traction, which was surprising. So and it's a huge story. So anyways.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, Greg, what do you got going on, brother?
Well, Google is, if you followed the story earlier this year in May, the Europeans won the right to remove themselves from the Google network. So, so ever since May, they put this link up, this little form you would be able to see. Won't be able to share it right now, but anyway, 144,000 people have filed the right to be forgotten request from Google.
Oh, wow.
Through their form. So if you're in Europe and you want to be rubbed out of the search engine results for whatever reason, I think some people have some darn good reasons, you could actually apply there, and the Google remove you from search engine requests. So it's pretty amazing, actually. 144,000 people. And I think when I looked at the results, it was mainly, I think the highest people on the histogram list was from France. Oh, wow. Man, there's a lot of French that want to be hidden, I guess.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of interesting story this week. Thanks to Lance Whitney of CNET for that one. I appreciate that. So anyway, let's go on to cryptocurrency. Coin versus plastic versus final?
Yeah. So, lately there have been, thanks to Boy Genius Report, you're seeing on screen here a little video that they did. There is a new card out there. You've seen plastic, you've seen coin, and there is this one now, and it is called Final. And what they're saying is that this is the final card that you're ever going to need again. You see this card here that the fellow's holding up and stuff. And he's putting the other one up because the theory is that there's been some sort of data breach, and now his credit card is no good anymore, right? So he cuts it up. But with this new card, what you do is you get a number for each individual store. It generates a number for each individual place you shop at. So here he's showing an example of he's going to one place, it's generating one number, at a different place it's generating another number, so you get a slew of numbers, making it much less hackable. And so if one of those particular stores' databases, credit card databases, gets hacked for whatever reason, you're still good to go. You can keep that card.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's pretty clever. I know this reminds me of like RSA type of authentication on like a token, which would generate new stuff. So in theory, it's really a trivial thing to generate new numbers and associate it with different accounts, or with the same bank, with the whatever.
I wish I had that for my the Kmart card this week.
Oh yeah, you're Bloomingdale's Kmart. Yeah, that's Greg.
Absolutely. Anyway, that's cool, though. I like that. That's a great idea.
So check it out, you guys. Very interesting. This space is ever evolving, so check out Final. I think they're announcing they're going to be releasing the cards and the chips in the first quarter of 2015, I believe, or something like that. So yeah.
Nice. God, that's cool. I like that. All right.
Next story.
All right. Well, let's get on the cryptocurrency thing. I think I don't know if you guys see it there. Maybe not. You probably.
We do.
I'm sharing the wrong story, probably.
Ooh, I like that site.
I'm probably. Oh, one sec.
Cryptocurrency. We see it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I was lucky to.
Now we see you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Really? Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Serious. Hold on a sec. For some reason. Sorry. Oh, yeah, there we go. Sorry. Okay, now we go. Okay, we were able to. I was able to interview Eric Yaverbaum, kind of like a social, political correspondent for at Fox News and a couple of other places. But his new venture, Saving America, which is a and let's just kind of like rewind. Reddit announced early last week that they're going to develop their own cryptocurrency, right?
Wow.
And the story I wanted to talk to Eric about is really how this cryptocurrency is going to maybe reformulate social networks. And his own social network, or he's a member of, or is CCO of, is called Saving America, where it's a kind of a town hall, a social network for putting your opinion in. But they'll actually pay you for with cryptocurrency with these opinions. So I was just asking him, how he thought that maybe this cryptocurrency on social networks is going to maybe change the social networks, and it was quite fascinating, because I think what let me unshare here. What he was saying really was that he really believes paying for people's opinion will just change everything. And I think we interviewed another social network earlier this summer who also pays you for your opinion, right? And he was saying that possibly this could be an area where they could crowdfund for political views, crowdfund for elections, crowdfund for other things, even some social good stuff that this cryptocurrency could actually work. Now, he also cautioned that not too many people, probably Reddit and a couple other people, even Facebook, really wanted to do is run a cryptocurrency. But I don't know. He said with Facebook, it's going to be very difficult because they have these people that, they're public now, so it's going to be a lot more difficult. These little private enterprises like Reddit, Saving America will have a little bit easier path. But you need to be a certain size to really get the infrastructure down for that. So not any social network of the small size can really do this. So I thought it was really interesting. Catch our interview on October 8th with Eric Yaverbaum on his opinions about cryptocurrency and social networks. So anyway, thank you so much.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. So let's see what's next here. We got Room Alive.
Yeah, it transforms your living room into interactive video game. Thanks to the guys at you see my screen, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool. At Gizmag for this one. Yeah, this comes out of Microsoft Research. Really exciting stuff. So let's check out the little video here. So what it does is effectively these little cameras and projector type of thing that you're probably seeing some of the video here. That what it does is it can, you see he's interacting with these things that have been projected in your room, right? And he has like this guy shows where he's like blasting these particular creatures. There's like a projector, and this projector is also a camera, and what it's doing here is it's gridding the room, right? So it can tell what's vertical, what's flat, what's horizontal within your room, what's protruding, and utilize that and leverage that to make like an interactive video game. So think of the Kinect, but on a whole other level where you're surrounded, immersed in the game itself, right? So you have projector things. And so this is like in the conceptual phase right now. They're kind of rolling out this type of thing with, so you see a projector plus a Kinect type of thing on another level. So it's another level, sort of the future of what we're going to see with gaming. And they got this, they're showing here sort of the mapping of the room, and they got it down to like a trivial type of level here. So very exciting stuff from Microsoft Research, what they're doing with this. You can imagine how like super fun this could be for a family or whatever if this is your bag.
Wow, that's cool. Actually, I guess you're into the home tech stuff right now, right?
It's neat, yeah, and just the future of this stuff, the possibilities of all this gaming. I mean, look how fun this looks, right?
Yeah.
Immersed in it. You can just smash these things and whatever. Yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool
That
stuff
is
from
pretty
Microsoft
cool.
Research. And they're always doing really neat stuff, Microsoft Research, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone likes to beat over Microsoft, but they have some pretty cool technology, dude.
Yeah,
Pretty
very
cool
neat.
technology.
All
Yeah.
right, Greg, what do we got going on next for you?
Well, another Google story, so
Google.
let's go share that. And this is Google from Japan, so thanks to Aki Akimoto from Asian Gin for this one. Let me go share the screen for you. Sorry. Uh, so now the court in Japan now has actually asked to remove 122 search results, possibly damaging a complainer's reputation. So this is just, I just thought it was kind of interesting. We had that announcement in Europe, and then now this Japanese court has ordered 122 search results to be removed. That will probably damage reputations. I just think this is kind of an interesting area now that Google's entering with a lot of these court decisions, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen in this country, but around the world outside of our borders, Google's been really fighting these court decisions about these stain results. If they, I don't know. I'm not sure, Adolfo, how this is going to pan out. But this is going to get complicated for these big. Yeah, I mean, Google's the biggest search engine in the world, so they're going to be always dinged with this type of situation, right?
It's tricky because Europe and I mean, some people in general, they're for good reasons and for have genuine concerns about their privacy or their personal information or any information, period, right? And Google's business is information.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's you can see both sides, and what both sides are doing, what the justification is on both ends, and how both ends also are going to extremes too. You know what I mean?
All right.
So it's a tricky, tightrope that Google definitely will have to walk.
Well, I think they have these personal PR services, which kind of manages your reputation online type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's
how weird is that it's come to that, right? That we need services like that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's totally crazy.
Your image, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny from the marketing standpoint. I do a lot of things with clients where I need to kind of go out there on the net and Google their name and find out what information is out there, and then make everything parallel, right?
Oh, yeah.
So to just make sure that their online image or presence is saying the same thing, right?
Right.
I mean, but I these days, man, it takes us hours to go do that because there's all these little robot engines gathering information from LinkedIn,
all over the
Facebook, everything, aggregating it and creating their own little profile of our client, right? And it's like, and it's almost kind of like where it's gone with domain grabbing.
Yeah.
Now these guys are like, I could see where, it's almost like, I don't like to bring up Getty Images, but they almost got you kind of like, Jesse James, if you want to use that thing from the previous story.
I think, hey everyone, we need to start the drinking game so we can get Greg.
Oh, it's my Valley Girl background. So anyway. Thank you for that one. Yeah. Thank you for that one, Ben. Okay, let's go to the speed round.
Speed round. All right, so thanks to News.Mike for this. 2 engineers have created a Kickstarter. It's a doll for every young girl that every young girl should be playing with, and this was great for me because I've actually put out like something on my Facebook saying, I got a young daughter, and I've been looking for like some female strong role models to read her stories or whatever, and I'm having I'm having a very difficult time finding this type of stuff for young girls to have these strong type of role models. And what's really neat are these 2 engineers have created dolls here. So here you see on the screen, hopefully, Bessie Coleman, who was an famous aviator, Marie Curie, who was a legendary chemist, and Ada Lovelace, who was probably the first computer programmer, I believe, or a super famous one. So what's really neat about this is not only, it's a Kickstarter and they got this nice video where they do their thing, but there's also an app too besides the doll itself where it'll tell you, for instance, little Marie Curie will tell you her story, and you can interact with the story, do an activity, play a game, and it's engaging, and it's a cute doll for, if your girl's into dolls, and it'll show like science videos and things like that of a fun type of like a maker type stuff or whatever, and Mythbusters type of fun stuff. So go check them out at I did it again. It's gonna kill me now.
I know.
A Google search for this, or just go to news.mike, look this up, or just check the link on nerdstalker.com and get this. Get to this Kickstarter.
Okay, I got something to ask you about that. You're a parent, and I want to ask you, like, you've been looking for stuff like that. Like, how is this like, a real person telling a story versus a virtual person telling a story? How do you feel about all that? I mean, that's just the world we kind of live in, right? I mean, it's a virtual world now, right?
Yeah, well, it's engaging to the kid, you know what I mean, to see like a cartoon type of thing rather than just someone lecturing them yet another grown up, right? I think it's the last thing they want. So yeah, there you have it.
I got it.
Speed round.
Speed round. Okay, well, let's get to that. What to expect at Dreamforce? I think one thing that caught my eye, Will.i.am, I think, is going to be there, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely going to that one.
Here's Will. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Go to that one, people. Seriously, it's going to be awesome.
I mean, this guy, he's intersecting all the areas: fashion, tech, everything. He's the quintessential online guy when it comes to what he's done and what he's funded, what he's invested in. So
yeah. And I'm not a fan of the band. I'll come right out and say it.
No.
Whatever they're called, I can't even tell you right now.
Thank you for it.
As I've told Greg before, and I raved about it, I just happened to have stumbled because every other session was full at Macworld, which we also were lucky enough to partner with. And Will was there doing a thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just cruise through this one until the next session. And he stole the show. He was amazing, and his content is fantastic, and the technology that he's working on, and his outlook is inspirational and really cool. You really want to check this session out if you're going to Dreamforce.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think that's one of the special things that'll be happening, and
Nice catch, Greg. Nice catch.
Yeah, thanks to Chris Kanarakis of PC World for kind of the story that kind of led me down that road. Kind of like they just sales, hats off to Salesforce.
They're killing it.
Yeah. They have the money and the deep pockets to really bring some really good talent to the stage to talk about tech and stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, what's next? Speed round.
Gizmodo, thank you for this story. This is it's a write-up. It was actually a comment in off of a story, and the comment was so good that the author decided to post it as an actual story, follow-up story. It's called "What Everyone's Getting Wrong About Home Automation." And it was after a potential future of Apple TV post that they did, and this commenter wrote a very insightful comment about he's into home automation, he never plans to use HomeKit, and what he's seeing with the problem with a lot of this home automation is the trend tends to be I'm on my cell phone and I'm controlling stuff, right? So it's turn on my coffee maker, whatever, turn on my lights, turn off my light from my phone or whatever. But home automation, what he's saying is everyone's getting it wrong. It should be, you shouldn't even have to do anything. It should be learning from you, right? So like a trend type of like, I got a Nest, for instance, right, which is a thermometer, which is fantastic, who Google now owns. And what it does is it does learn by your trends. You set it to something, and it knows you set it at X time, so that's probably the time that you wake up. It can sense when you're walking by, so it senses your home at these various hours, whatever. And so what he's saying is, this should be the trend of not having to interact with all these things and command things to turn on and off, in that it should be more automated. You want time. Time is money in your life, and your life is time. You don't want to spend it on things that you don't need to, right? So it's a very insightful write-up. I'm not quite doing it justice, but go check it out at gizmodo.com. It's called what everyone's getting wrong about home automation, and it's a fantastic post. Speed round.
That's great. Speed round. Okay. Well, remember last week we announced that NFL banned, people from doing, the typical Beats headset, right? And then actually Beats headsets are cool, right? Since Bose is their official NFL sponsor. Well, our quarterback from San Francisco 49ers, Colin Kaepernick, walks in with his pink Beats headset and says, F you to the NFL, essentially. So he got fined. They fined him $10,000 for that deal, and Beats was acquired earlier this year, obviously by Apple.
Yeah, for $1 zillion.
Yeah, so I think maybe now the ante for headset wear is going to go up for the next funding round of the sponsorships, for the NFL.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they're going to be if the fine will be subsidized by Beats. You know what I mean? If this will just be an additional revenue flow for the NFL.
Oh, in the background, right? You're absolutely right. Right? They're going to come to these guys, right? They're going to probably go to Colin. Don't worry, we got your back.
Yeah.
The $10,000, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's okay.
It's okay. All right, speed round.
All right, let's get this.
What do we got going? Startup products?
Sure, yeah. So this is a really neat thing called Find Closed Startup Products. So it's closedclub.co, and what it is, it's the story of all these startups that have died. So it's really great if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to start up, you want to learn about what these companies did wrong. Dead startups. You can go in and lessons learned. Yeah, failed startups here. On the front screen, they got obviously some gigantic ones that are no longer with us, like Justin.tv.
Oh wow! I didn't realize they closed. Wow.
Dig, Napster, and Google Wave. And then you can just load more, and it goes on and on and on, right? So, and this is what's trending, and it'll tell you what the latest stuff is. Let's see if I hit latest. It's pre-Target. Archify, Dig is up there, and Justin and Napster. So it's really fun. You can go through here and it's a neat sort of archive of all these dead startups, and it's called Closed Club, aptly named at closedclub.co.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, I think a lot of the lessons. Speed round. Okay, sorry. Let me get my stuff up here. All right. Well, they announced this week that some researchers from Japan who invented the blue LED, which is LED lighting now is really the key, right, to a lot of this low power green energy concept, right? So there's some researchers from Japan who were honored with the Nobel Prize for inventing the blue LED, and for years, right, red, green. Mm-hmm. LEDs were just normal, right? And it was very difficult in semiconductors to create a blue LED. And
no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, this is the one that really started the whole LED wave, because a lot of these like fluorescents, right? There's a little phosphor on the inside of that tube, right? And so the light just kind of hits this phosphor, and then it emits, right? And we're missing the low end, the blue light, and the LED now is the way to do it. So this is so cool. Yeah, I always thought it was nice that they honored something like this. So thanks to Akihabara News from Japan for that story. Appreciate that, guys. So anyway, speed round.
What's so great about that too, though, I want to touch on too, is that is that in some other countries, blue lighting is really important for like the babies being born and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And this will just drive down the cost of that even more.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's, and I think that's what they were honoring them, is that the blue LED was just the important discovery.
Yeah, I know Billy Lights was doing something, but I don't believe they were using LEDs. But now that's fantastic.
All right. Well, let's go to tip time. Tip time.
All right. So this is my tip. It's called Rico, and let me kick off this little guy here. And what Rico does is use your existing smartphone, right, your spare one as they call it, to do things like sense your do all kinds of home automation and sensing stuff. So right after I criticize home automation for having to be created by a phone, here we go. No, I was kidding. So what this thing will do is it'll act like as a smoke detector and motion detector and all those really neat things. And what is it's like an ancillary unit that I believe you surround your old smartphone with. So a lot of us think we have these old smartphones, right, that we no longer use, and we upgrade to other phones. And they're if you think about it, they're full-on computers, right, with cameras and a microphone and gyroscope inside of them. And so they can be leveraged for a lot of this stuff. And what these guys are doing is they're creating a unit. It's a Kickstarter unit called Rico, obviously. And when it surrounds your phone, you're looking at it here, and it can leverage your pre-existing phone. Not only that, it can also come with these smart plugs that come with the unit, where it'll allow you to do some basic home automation type of stuff, like for turning on certain electronics, whether it's your coffee machine, your lights, et cetera, et cetera. So a really neat, clever thing. You see, here we go. We see carbon monoxide,
robot friend,
motion, noise, and you put your phone in that. So it's a really neat sort of concept. We saw a similar type of thing the other week when we were talking about many things, but that was strictly for video.
Right.
Who knows how far that's going to go in terms of if they're going to leverage out other features, but Rico's here for other type of things as well, and it's still being flushed out. Check them out on Kickstarter. Tip time, it's Rico, R-I-C-O, getmyrico.com, getmyrico.com.
Nice.
All right, Greg, your tip, brother.
All right. Well, I trip up this, find downloaded files faster with these 2 quick tips. So thanks to Ian Paul from PC World again for this one. So I know this is really simple, and this isn't like a cutting-edge tip like Adolfo does, especially with his home automation stuff. But there's 2 actually basic tips. Is that what this guy says is to really, and they're really simple. So you guys can do it at home. Whether you have a Mac or a PC, but this is really PC-centric since it's PC World. We said send it to a desktop. So basically what he's saying is that if you send it to your desktop, you're going to eventually get probably frustrated with all the things that are on top of your desktop. You'll clean it out eventually, or You'll find it a lot easier. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then one thing he said on the File Explorer, whether you're using Finder in Mac or the actual File Explorer on Windows, actually sort it by date. That's pretty simple, right? I do it all the time, but I think I just forget where the heck did it go? And I do spend sometimes I do spend some precious minutes looking for the file that I just downloaded, right? So pretty clean and easy tips from Social Greg. From
there you
PC.
go.
Thank
Very
you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, if you want to get more information about Nerd Stalker and what we're doing, check us out at YouTube, our channel there, youtube.com/NerdStalkerTV. That's /NerdStalkerTV, and or just go to nerdstalker.com, and you'll find our stuff. Or go to iTunes, and in this video here, if you could give us a thumbs up, or all that stuff in a nice little thing, that would be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And you can get more information, email me. Yeah, how about that? Adolfo at nerdstalker.com, A. Ferranda on Twitter, or at Nerdstalker. Greg, how do we get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Twitter at SocialGreg, or at email socialgreg@nerdstalker.com. And another announcement I wanted to make is that we just signed another partner onto our long list of people who are knocking on Adolfo and our doors, Retrenders. So check them out. They're a kind of cultural lifestyle channel that we're partnering with, and you can not only see our tech news on nerdstalker.com, but you get a lot of cultural lifestyle stuff on Retrenders. So check them out, retrenders.com. So.
That's right. So I should put it out there too. If you guys are interested in doing any partnerships, or spreading the word about your conference, or what have you, startup, feel free to reach out with us, or even partnering period with any other content and things like that. We would love to talk to you. As I was telling Greg earlier, we love to spread the virus. That's what we do.
Absolutely. Ebola included. No,
oh gosh,
sorry,
no.
Let's
end it on an up note. All right.
All right, thank you.
Well, thanks so much, everyone, and you're taking the time for watching and listening out there. We really appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, take care. Be careful out there.